Hey everyone, welcome to Technically You, the podcast where we make complicated tech just a little tastier to chew.
Today, we're talking about something that actually protects your data, RSA 2048 encryption.
That's right. If you've ever wondered how your messages stay private, how your bank keeps your information safe, or how websites prove they are who they say they are, RSA is likely involved. And RSA 2048 is one of the most common standards in the encryption world.
So, Alex, before we get into the number soup, what exactly is RSA encryption?
RSA is a public key cryptography algorithm developed in 1977 by Ron Rivest, Ada Shamir, and Leonard Adelman. The R, S, and A. Unlike older encryption methods that used one secret key, RSA introduced a system that uses two keys, a public key and a private key.
So, one locks the data and the other unlocks it?
Exactly. You share the public key with the world so people can encrypt messages meant for you, but only you can decrypt those messages with your private key. That's why it's used for secure communications all over the internet.
All right, let's get into the techie bits. How does RSA encryption actually work?
In simplified terms, RSA relies on the mathematical difficulty of factoring large prime numbers. Here's a breakdown. You pick two large prime numbers, let's call them P and Q. You multiply them together to get N. This is the modulus used for both keys. You calculate something called Euler's-Totschen function based on P and Q. You choose a public exponent, E, usually 65,537 because it's fast and secure. And then you compute the private exponent D using modular arithmetic. Your public key is N, E, and your private key is N, D.
Okay, that's a lot. So, the strength of RSA comes from how hard it is to take N and figure out what P and Q were?
Exactly. If N is 2048 bits long, which is about 617 digits, factoring it with current computers could take billions of years. That's RSA 2048.
So why 2048 specifically? Why not more or less?
Great question. RSA 2048 is a balance between security and performance. A 2048-bit key is strong enough for most purposes today, but still fast enough for encryption and decryption to happen quickly, especially in web servers, email clients, and VPNs. Going shorter, like 1024-bit, is now considered vulnerable. Going longer, like 4096-bit, is more secure but slower. RSA 2048 hits that sweet spot.
So it's like the Goldilocks of encryption, just right. So where is RSA 2048 used?
RSA 2048 is everywhere. Web encryption, HTTPS uses it to exchange keys securely during TLS handshakes. Email security, PGP&S/MIME encrypt and sign emails using RSA. Digital signatures, software, firmware, and documents are signed with RSA to prove authenticity. Secure shell, SSH, and VPNs use it for secure connections. Hardware security modules and smart cards also store RSA keys.
So every time I shop online or sign into a secure site, RSA might be working in the background?
Exactly. It's like the invisible guardian of your online identity.
So let's talk strength. Is RSA 2048 really unbreakable? Like forever?
No encryption is forever safe. RSA 2048 is computationally infeasible to break today using classical computers. But things are changing. Quantum computing could someday pose a real threat.
Uh-oh. Is this where the quantum apocalypse comes in?
Possibly. A powerful quantum computer could use Shor's algorithm to factor large numbers exponentially faster than classical computers, potentially breaking RSA in hours.
What are some downsides or challenges of RSA 2048?
Here are a few. Performance. It's slower than modern algorithms like ECC, elliptic curve cryptography. Key size. Larger keys mean more storage and bandwidth use. Scalability. Not ideal for constrained environments like IoT devices. And quantum threat. It's not quantum resistant.
So what comes next? Do we just keep making longer keys?
Not necessarily. The industry is moving toward post-quantum cryptography, which includes algorithms designed to be secure even against quantum computers. RSA might still have a place, but newer systems like lattice-based cryptography are leading the pack.
So one day, RSA 2048 could be the rotary phone of encryption?
That's the idea. Still respected, still functional, but not built for the future internet.
All right, we've learned that RSA 2048 is like the digital vault door protecting everything from our emails to our bank accounts.
That's right. It's a mathematical marvel that's stood the test of time. But change is coming. If RSA 2048 is the hero of today, post-quantum cryptography is the hero of tomorrow.
And if you've learned something new today, thank the magic of prime numbers and maybe your browser.
Thanks for listening to our podcast on RSA 2048. Don't forget to subscribe and share unless you prefer your knowledge unencrypted.
See you next time, and as always, stay curious.